Hi, I'm Richard Lewis reporting for Cadred.org, and I am here with somebody who's disappointed but realistic, having just gone out at a tournament. It is, of course, Sonder from Copenhagen Wolves. Right, well, let's start with the game that just happened. It was probably an expected result, although, I don't know, you seem a little bit disappointed by it. So, are you a little bit surprised to have lost?
No, not really, actually. I thought I thought I could beat him. It would take some luck, of course, but I thought I had a chance. But I'm not really surprised that I lost. So it was to be expected. Of course, you're always a bit disappointed when you lose, but it's okay.
I mean, obviously, JYP is an Evil Geniuses player. I mean, very good, very well respected. There was a few strange moments in the game, some interesting tactics that kind of caught you off guard. Tell us about those.
In game one, he did a really strong timing on two bases. It didn't really, it was good, but I thought I should have been able to hold it. But I tried to base trade instead, which I shouldn't have done. But and in game two, he cannon rushed me. So that was I didn't expect that really, because I knew that he thought he was so much better than me. So cannon rushing is just a unnecessary risk to take. So I wasn't ready for it at all.
Overall, how do you feel you've done? Because I mean, being realistic, it is only a second international tournament. You know, I mean, I think it's a pretty good showing, right? You've done okay.
Yeah, I think I've done really good. Like reaching round of 16 was my goal, and I thought that would be really good by me. So yeah, I'm really glad I'm able to it. It's disappointing that I was only one game away from playing on the main stage. But probably next time at the next DreamHack, I'm going to be able to make it and do even better.
Well, let's talk about the Danish StarCraft 2 scene in general. Obviously, Copenhagen Wolves have got some very good players in the form of yourself and Bunny. Baby Knight seems to get a lot of attention when it comes to kind of, Danish StarCraft 2, and certainly, he's had a bit of a renaissance in his career of late and has had some high-profile results. But you guys have beaten him, a bunch of times. Bunny, most notably. Are you guys right now the cream of the crop in Denmark, and how strong is the scene in general?
The Danish scene, there is a few good players. I think Baby Knight is really good though. I'm not really sure about his skill in general, because it's a long time since I actually played him, and it's not many tournaments he's actually going to, so I'm not quite sure about his skill. It seems like sometimes he could do really good, but sometimes he doesn't play that good, so it depends. I think Bunny is the best in Denmark right now. I don't know about myself, as I would say that Baby Knight is better than me. So I'd probably place myself at the third. But then another guy from Copenhagen Wolves too that looks really promising and good is Avekatten. I think he is probably also, he is one of the best players in Denmark too. But the Danish scene is of course getting better and better, and more internationally getting better. And eventually we are probably going to be able to win some tournaments.
Well, I'm going to talk about that in just a moment, and kind of the importance of Copenhagen Wolves as an organisation in Denmark. But I want to talk about yourself. Obviously, I mean, people at home probably won't believe this. He's quite a young guy. He's only 19, right? He's got a massive Scandinavian beard. It's nearly as good as mine, and I'm 30. So, yeah, you're in full-time studies. So how is that impacting on your ability to go pro?
Well, I'm not planning to go pro yet, because I still have 1 year of school. I think it's stupid to drop out of school to actually go play full time when you haven't finished your studies. And it's really good because when I finish in Denmark, when you finish, you always study something until you're 19 or 20. And then you have to pick where you want to go in your life. And usually people take 1 or 2 years off, doing stuff, going out to see other countries and so on. So it's really good that I can actually just try going pro for 1 year, maybe 2, depends on how good I am doing, obviously. But right now it's pretty hard to get really good, because I only have at maximum 6 hours a day to play the game, and I like going out on the weekends.
Well, who doesn't? So let's talk about a typical kind of training schedule for you at the moment? I mean, how many hours do you actually invest in the game, and how many hours do you think you'll be able to invest in the game once your studies stop?
Right now, my usual schedule will be like going to school. I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. Then I'm usually home at like 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Then obviously I'm really tired, so I have to eat. So it all depends on what day it is and how tired I am. But I'm just trying to practice as much as possible in the evening. But when I go full time, I know it's hard, and I've heard a lot of people saying it's hard to actually just keep playing, because obviously playing 12 hours a day is really hard. But I'm probably going to do some sports too, because staying in good shape I think is really good when you're playing computers well. It helps your mind working.
It's something I should definitely take a leaf out of that book. I think kind of let things go the last few years. So Copenhagen Wolves are a hugely important organisation within Denmark. I think they're doing some great work as well in promoting local talent. What's it like being a part of that organisation, and how much has it helped you kind of realise what you want to achieve within esports?
Well, I always had this goal about being the best of the best, and I still have that. Copenhagen Wolves didn't really change that at all. But Copenhagen Wolves gave me this opportunity to go to events like this that I've never had in my life or in my StarCraft 2 career before. So I'm really glad that they picked me up, and they actually sent me to these events. And fortunately for them and me, I'm doing quite good, so I hope they will keep sending me to events, because without them I wouldn't be able to get this experience, which I'm going to need later on when I go full time.
Let's ask you just about the tournament in general, because I'm an old man. I've been coming to these things for 10 years, if you can get your head around that. So they're all the same to me. I mean, some are hotter than others, and that's about it. So what have you thought about it, though? Because this is your second international event. You might be still a bit starry-eyed. Has it been enjoyable? Has it been good?
Yeah, to be honest, it's been really good. I think this is pretty small compared to DreamHack Summer, but still it's really good. It's nice to see all the other players that you usually just play online. Usually I'm not that kind of nervous when I play. I don't know why. I've never gotten nervous when I play. It's a bit obviously, but I think everybody is just a bit nervous. But usually the nerves they go away after just 2 minutes in the game, and then I can play my best.
Any nerves here at all? Or?
No, not really. I think the most nerves is when I play players which I'm expected to beat, but when I play like JYP, where I wasn't expected to win at all, I didn't have any nerves. There wasn't any pressure on me, so it wasn't really a problem.
So now that you're kind of out of the tournament, you can relax a little bit, you can enjoy some of the sights of Valencia and whatnot. I think it's only fair that I ask you who you think's going to win. Do you have any ideas about who that might be? A lot of people are saying Jae-Dong. I don't know if you're going to say anything different.
Lucifron, I think he has a really good shot. I hope he's going to win too, because I think he's a really good player. I played him in the group stage, and I think he's way above everyone else outside of Korea. I think he's way above everyone else, so I think he has a really good shot at winning, because he is obviously really good.
I mean, well, yeah. So you don't think it's whenever Koreans are in a tournament, everyone's like, Koreans are going to win it. Koreans are going to win it. But why do you think a Korean can't win here? What's Lucifron got that, I don't know, say a Jae-Dong or someone doesn't have?
Obviously, it's in his home country. He is from Spain, and he adapted to the heat, because it's really hot down here, obviously. It's really hot. So he's adapted to not adapted, he's used to the environment down here, and he has the crowd on his side too, which is a really important thing. So I think he got that momentum that Jae-Dong doesn't have. Obviously Jae-Dong is really good, and he is a former Brood War legend, and he probably played a lot more on stages than Lucifron, but Lucifron doesn't really seem like a guy who gets nervous. So
it's interesting you bring up Brood War. I just want to mention this just before I wrap the interview up. Your background, I mean, you have no sort of Brood War experience.
I have non-RTS experience at all. I've played this game for I think 1.5 years now, so I'm improving quite fast. I played World of Warcraft some just for fun, and then I played actually an older Half-Life 1 mod called Natural Selection. Yeah, you know that. You remember that. I played that a lot on a competitive level where I was playing it's like you have some guys in the field, but then there's one guy sitting in a chair, like seeing it all from above. Like it's not really an RTS game, but still it is. So that would be the only RTS-like experience I got. But that's probably, I think it's actually the best game I've ever played because it's so fun playing.
Maybe it's due for a comeback. Let's fingers crossed for that one. I'll let you just say a shout out to your sponsors. Jehan and the guys are always telling me make sure you get the players to do that, so I'll let you do it.
Yeah, shout out to my sponsors, Adidas, Komplett and SteelSeries for obviously supporting me. Thanks to Copenhagen Wolves and my manager, Henrik Ruyker, called Dilrik. And thanks to one of my friends called Hjalte Flyger, who has helped me practice and prepare for DreamHack. He's really good at doing that. So, yeah, that would round things up.
All right, well, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us, brother. Really appreciate it. To all the people out there at cadred.org, do stay tuned to the website. We're going to have more interviews like this one from here at DreamHack Valencia 2013.